Okay, we're back. I cleaned up the board a little bit so there won't be so much gobbledygook on there. So what we just figured out in the last little part is we found our force parallel. What that little component is going to be right there. And we found out what the force perpendicular was. And we got all that because we found out that the force pulling straight down, the weight of the object, is actually the hypotenuse of the triangle. Now, the question posed to us is if this block really has no friction, you let go, it's going to slide down that incline. There's nothing to stop it. So that means it should accelerate. As it goes down the incline, it should speed up and go faster and faster and faster and faster. So, what we're going to do is we're going to find out what that acceleration is. And this is how we're going to do that. Now, make sure you refer to our 7 steps that we do when we analyze force problems. Number 1, you draw all the forces and you label them. So we have drawn in all our force vectors right here, okay? And we've labeled them. This one's force parallel, that one's the force of weight, and this one is the force normal. Now, there is something we didn't do yet. It would be a good idea to do it now, even though we're not going to use it. So I'm not going to draw it, but I'll tell you what it is. Remember, when you have an object sitting on top of a table, or on the floor, or in your chair, or on your desktop, the weight of the object pulls down. But of course, Newton's third law, there's an action-reaction. The reaction force that you learned already is that the inclined plane, or the floor, or the table, or the desktop is pushing straight back up again. Well, in this case, straight back up isn't necessarily straight up, is it? The whole incline means this surface is pushing back up against that box. So your normal force is actually pulling up in this direction over here. Okay? So your normal force is right there. Now we're not going to use that today, but of course if we're going to do a friction problem, talking about if we want to add friction to this inclined plane, then we would definitely need to know what that normal force is. But I just wanted to show you that it's there, and it's also exactly equal and opposite to the force perpendicular. Okay? Not to the weight. Remember, on an incline, it changes everything. Okay. Now, what we're going to try and do is find out what the acceleration is right there. Now, our force problems, number 1, we've drawn in all the forces and we've labeled them. Step number 2, find all the components. Use your trick, which we did. We used our sine and cosine and we found our force parallel and force perpendicular. Step number 3, you have to assign directions. Okay, now we like to follow the Cartesian coordinate system. To the right positive, to the left negative, up is positive, down is negative. But our whole Cartesian coordinate system on this is, it's skewed, right? It's totally skewed on this thing. So up this way over here is going to be positive. Going down this way is going to be negative. Going up toward the force normal will be positive. And down here to the force perpendicular, that would be the negative direction. Okay? Step number 4, sum up all the forces along the motion direction. Okay? So our motion direction, which way is that box going to move? It's going to move down the incline. So we're going to sum up all the forces that are parallel to that inclined plane. Okay? We're not going to care less about this right now. We just want to sum up the forces along the direction of motion. So we're going to sum up all the forces. That's basically tilted, but that's basically the x direction. So we're going to sum up all the forces in the x direction. Now, what are all the forces acting along this incline? Is there any forces over here? No, there's nothing. No friction because we got no friction. So the only force acting along this incline is that force parallel right there. Okay? So that means there's only the force parallel acting. And it's acting in the, we said that'd be the negative direction. So we have to put a negative right there. You got to tell the formula at least one time which way positive and negative is. Okay? That's all the forces. Now, step number 5. Is the object accelerating? Is our object accelerating? Well, I hope so, because that's what we're asking to find, right? So the answer is yes, and if the answer is yes, then we're supposed to do is say that the sum of the forces, remember the sum of the forces is actually a definition of what a net force is. That's what Newton was telling us. So this is the net force. And remember, according to Newton's second law, net force is mass times the acceleration. So on step number 5, is the object accelerated? In this case it's yes. What we're going to do is in place of this sum of force of all the, sum of all the forces in the x direction, we're going to substitute in m times a right there. We're going to put that in right for there. So here we go. We're going to substitute. There's mass times a, and there's the rest of it, negative force perpendicular. Now we just follow the next step. Substitute the equations and the numbers. So do you know what the mass of the object is? Yes. The mass is 10 kilograms. We got that. Let's get it multiplied by the acceleration, which we don't know. And that is equal to negative force parallel. And we found that the force parallel is 41.4. So 41.4. Now we just solve for A, which is going to be negative 41.4 divided by 10. So the acceleration is going to be negative 4.14. And the units for acceleration, meters per second squared. So there's our answer. Now all good physicists, they always do one good thing. When they're done calculating the problem, they stand back, they look at it and say, does this really make sense? So why in the world did this thing come out to be negative? You know? Why did this thing come out to be negative? Well, remember in physics, positive and negative tells us direction. Okay? It tells us direction. So this thing says it's going to be accelerating in the negative direction. Well, if you come up here to our board, we said that this way, right here, is going to be in the negative direction. So yeah, that's true. This box is going to be accelerating that way, which is in the negative direction. So that does make sense. So that's our answer. That's how you do an acceleration of a block with no friction going down an inclined plane.